Marquette begins 12:35. 12:50, the student-athletes will head back to the locker room. At 12:50, we'll have Coach Wojciechowski join us here in the main interview room. And then Marquette wraps things up with the media today at 1:05 p.m. Just a reminder that the buffet is open only until 1, so take that into consideration when making your decisions this afternoon. Right now, you don't want to miss Sakar Annam, Sam Hauser, and Marcus Howard. They're joining us here in the main interview room right now. Just a reminder, please turn your cell phone to silent or vibrate. And another reminder, please don't shoot any video of any kind here in the main interview room. That includes social media video with your phone. So please keep that in mind. You can take still photos as long as there's no flash. And with that, we're joined by Sakar, Sam, and Marcus, who are looking for your questions for these Marquette student-athletes. The Marquette locker room is open, and we're looking for the first question. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll send the microphone attendant in your direction. Please remember your name and media outlet, and then your question. On the left.
Neil Ostrout with the Journal-Inquirer. Marcus, Ja talked a little bit about when you guys met down at CP3 camp and how you stayed in touch a little bit. What's it going to be like to play against him? A lot of challenge and fun, too?
Yeah, me and him are pretty close. We got close over that time at the camp, so we've been in contact throughout the season, supporting each other. So to be able to share the court with him on Thursday is going to be really cool. He's had a great year. Their team's had a great year. And us as a team, we're just looking forward to playing against a great opponent.
Front and center to the right of the aisle, Ben.
Sakar, you're probably going to get the tough assignment of guarding Ja Morant tomorrow. After studying him for a few days, what do you think the most important thing is in defending against him?
Definitely loading up to the ball and just guarding his penetration. Obviously, he's a terrific player with a lot of speed, and the way he can create for his other players, also get his own shot. So like I said, just being able to stay in front and just making sure that we don't get on the side where we let him get ahead of steam going to the rim.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. Let's go to the back room. We're going to use the left-hand microphone, and Nicole.
Nicole Auerbach, The Athletic. Marcus, can you just give us an update about your wrist and how you're feeling?
Oh, yeah, no, my wrist is all good. I've been seeing our athletic trainer, each and every day about it. We're taking really good precautions with it. So, I'm ready to go, and I'll be perfectly fine for tomorrow.
Next question, raise your hand. We're using the right-hand microphone. Mike.
Mike Abelson, New Hampshire Union leader. Sam, what's the defensive philosophy going to be tomorrow? Murray State's a pretty versatile team. How can you stop them?
Yeah, it starts on the offense end, taking care of the ball, taking good shots. They're very good in transition, and they're very athletic. So taking them out of transition and then blocking them out because they're a very good rebounding team as well, and then obviously guarding the drive.
Back to that left-hand microphone and back to Ben.
Yeah, Sakar, you had to guard a lot of really good guards in the Big East, Shamari, Miles Powell, all those guys. Do you think that kind of prepared you for this tough assignment you have tomorrow?
Definitely. Like you said, I played against a lot of top players in the country, so like I said, obviously this is different. It's my first time playing them. I haven't had that much time to watch a lot of film on them, obviously, but like I said, I played against a lot of great opponents in the Big East, so I feel like that's prepared me, so I'll be ready to go.
Continuing with questions for the student-athletes from Marquette. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Mike?
Mike Abelson, New Hampshire Union leader again. Marcus, what's your philosophy to successfully playing your position, especially in a big game like you have tomorrow?
I think definitely just leading my team in different areas, being a vocal leader, making sure I'm taking care of the ball, and then, when time presents itself, just maintaining, being aggressive, and, finding my guys in open spots. I play with a bunch of great teammates, so that can really make plays, so being sure that I get them going to start the game.
Center of the room, Ken.
Ken Davis with the Associated Press. I'm sure you guys are used to this. Anytime you go into a game, Marcus gets the attention and against the other top scorer or whatever. For the two of you, could you just talk about what it's like? This game's getting so much attention because of the high-profile matchup. When you're playing, do you ever get caught watching Marcus and the other guy sometimes, or is that too far of a distraction? Do you just focus on what you have to do?
Ken, who was that for? Sakar and Sam. Sakar first.
Basically, I just focus on what I got to do. Obviously, Marcus is a terrific player. When he gets to play in this game and gets to hitting shots, I'm just worried about doing what I can do to help the team. We just focus on that. When he gets hot, we let him do his thing and all that. But like I said, we have a big mission. We're just focused on winning the game.
Sam.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off that, we're not a one-man show. We're a great team. Marcus knows that as well. And usually teams we're playing against are great teams as well, like Murray State. They're not a one-man show. So we kind of just focus on that, not really caught up in the hype, just focus on our game plan and how we can set ourselves up to win the game.
Has he ever done anything that just kind of stopped you in your tracks and made you go, wow?
I mean, he's had 40 like 5 times this year, so kind of speaks for itself.
Let's go back up front with Ben.
Sam and Marcus, in your minds, what makes Sakar such a good defensive player, and how nice is it to have him on your team, kind of take on those tough assignments that he's done?
Sam first, then Marcus.
Yeah, Sakar is, he's very athletic and very versatile. He's been able to guard multiple positions over his years here, and he really takes pride in it. And I think that's what makes him great, is his competitive edge on that end, and he continues to show it.
Yeah, and too, a lot of people, just playing with Sack for so long, he has one of the quickest first steps I've ever seen. And, him having that in his arsenal is able to, defend players really well. And then also, too, like Sam said, kind of piggybacking off that, Sack's one of the most competitive people I've been around. And, when he competes on the defensive end, he can guard anybody in the country. And, I think he's one of the best defenders in the country just based off his competitive spirit alone.
Continuing with questions for the student athletes from Marquette. If there are any, just raise your hand. Any further questions for Marquette? Let's go back down front with Ben.
Sakar, you redshirted a couple seasons ago when these guys last made the NCAA tournament. What are you most looking forward to tomorrow? Your NCAA tournament debut, and have these guys told you to give you any advice or anything?
I'm just looking forward to just going out there competing, honestly. Like you said, I was out that year, I didn't get a chance to play as much. Obviously I was just watching. So I'm just looking out there to go out there and compete. I know it's going to be a great atmosphere. The NCAA tournament is something you always grow up wanting to play in. Obviously this is a big stage. So I'm just focused on going out there competing with my boys and, just trying to get the win.
Back to the middle, Ken.
Ken Davis, AP. Marcus, can you just talk a little bit about your own personal approach when you're going into a Big East game or whatever it is, whoever you're playing, it's kind of another high-profile, maybe All-American kind of guy. Do you prepare any differently?
No. I treat every game the same in terms of how I prepare. I know I'm with a great group of guys that have my back no matter what. So going into games, I don't really worry about doing anything too extra. I just try to stick to the plan, stick to our game plan that our coaches draw out for us, and then just trust on my guys. I play with amazing teammates with amazing ability, so just relying on that each and every game is kind of how I prepare. Not really thinking too much into it, just kind of going out there and playing our game, and that's really what we focus on each and every time we step out and play.
Back to the middle, Ben.
Marcus, going back to that Chris Paul camp experience, that was when Ja started generating a lot of buzz. What stood out to you about him during that experience? Could you see his game kind of developing?
Yeah, there were just some plays where he just displayed his athleticism. There were some alley-oops thrown where his torso was above the rim, and so just seeing that, I was blown away by that. And there were some crazy plays that he made throughout the camp in terms of just him playing above the rim. So that was definitely something that caught my eye.
Continuing with questions for the Marquette student athletes, if there are any. And with no more questions, we'd like to thank Sakar, Sam, and Marcus for joining us here in the main interview room. They're going to head back to the locker room and spend some time with their teammates, and they'll be available for your questions until 1:05. Thanks, guys. Should be about 1:50 or 12:50. 12:50. Good. How are you? Coach Wojciechowski is joining us right now here in the main interview room. Once again, the Marquette locker room is open with student-athlete availability until 1:05 p.m. We're joined right now by the head coach, Steve Wojciechowski. Hey, Coach. How are you? How you doing? Good. Nice. Good to see you. Coach, we'll ask you to give us a couple thoughts by way of an opening statement, then we'll take some questions.
First and foremost, we're incredibly excited to be a part of the NCAA tournament. For all our players and coaches, it's something that, as a young person, you dream of being a part of. And so we're certainly excited to be here. We know we have a huge challenge in Murray State. Having been able to watch them and study them since Selection Sunday, have a great deal of respect for their program, their players, their coaches. They really do things the right way, and they're an outstanding team.
Questions for Coach Wojciechowski. Let's start in the front with Ben.
Yeah, in studying Murray State, I'm sure spent a lot of time on Ja Morant. What do you think one or two things would be the biggest things defensively that you guys need to do?
You know, obviously Ja is an incredible player and prospect. You know, I mean, I want to make clear this is not a one-man band. I mean, Murray State is not in this position because it's a one-man show. But certainly, he's got special talent. He's unbelievable in transition. I think they get the ball as a group, and certainly he kind of heads it all down the floor as fast as any team we've played all year. They score the ball early in the shot clock and often, and he really keys that. And then you get in the half court, he's terrific off ball screens, you know, and so that our ball screen defense will certainly be tested, not only with his ability to turn the corner and score, but his ability to come off ball screens and set other people up for really good shots. So outstanding team. Certainly he's an incredible talent. It's going to be a huge challenge for us.
Continuing with questions for Coach Wojciechowski. Go ahead, Ken, right in the middle of the room.
Woj, Ken Davis from Associated Press. I was curious about your reaction on Sunday when you saw the matchup, and I'm sure as a coach your thought goes to, you know it's going to be a lot of emphasis on that individual matchup between Marcus and Ja. As a coach, does that bother you to think about all the focus being on them, in the media, or you just roll with it?
You know, we can't really control what the media's focus is. And so we try not to worry too much about things that we can't control. The things that we knew we were in control of was our preparation for an outstanding Murray State team. And, I think a lot of people won't want to make this a one-on-one duel, but, from our perspective, this is Marquette versus Murray State.
On the left side of the aisle, Mark.
Hi, Coach. Mark Tracy, New York Times. I was wondering if, drawing on your experience both as a coach and before that, there's this whole thing where, of course, you want to win every game, and especially you want to win your conference tournament, but a loss in a conference tournament could be used towards, like, kind of, waking the team up and being like, that's the last loss you guys can take, before the season's over. And I'm wondering how you've, kind of led your team on that thinking over the past week.
Yeah, well, first of all, we never want to lose. I'm not like a firm believer you have to lose to be motivated. I don't think a loss should cause you to be more motivated. So we haven't really talked a great deal about what happened in the Big East tournament in preparation for the NCAA tournament. However, all those experiences go into what our guys have now as we start this new season. We have a lot of reference points, mostly from things that have gone really well. And then we have some reference points where things didn't turn out as the way we hoped. So we use all those as we're at this point now.
Back up front, Ben.
Yeah, I know it's a team assignment, but Sakar is probably going to be the initial defender on Ja. In your mind, what makes Sakar such a good defensive player? Is it his feet? Is it his instincts? Or what do you think?
Well, number one, it's his want to. Sakar takes pride in trying to be a stopper and trying to play outstanding defense. And he combines that mindset with really good focus, because, in order to be a really good defender, you have to have great focus and concentration throughout possessions, especially when you're assigned to the other team's best player, which he often is. So he's got the right mindset and want to. He's got great focus, and then he's a really good athlete. He can get low in a stance. He can move his feet. And the combination of those three things are the reason why he's, I think, one of the better defenders.
Ben, hold on. Let's get you the microphone. Right-hand microphone.
Do you think playing against all those, those great guards in the Big East, Shamari and Miles Powell and Phil Booth, do you think that's kind of prepared Sakar for this kind of matchup?
Well, I certainly hope so. Obviously Ja is a guy that people are saying is going to go in top 2 or 3 of the NBA draft. But Sakar and our team has had the challenge of playing other really good and great college guards. And so hopefully we can use those experiences to our advantage, although Ja may be a little bit of a different type of guy.
Continuing with questions for Coach Wojciechowski, if there are any. Let's go to the left side of the room, Coach.
Adam Betts, Journal-Inquirer. Coach, I know you weren't Coach Marquette in the old Big East days, but is it cool to you that you guys have Villanova, you guys, and Leonard Hamilton as Big East experience? Is it cool for a little mini Big East reunion here at the former Big East building?
Yeah, it's cool. I have to be honest, I haven't really thought about it that way, but certainly I'm happy for all the current Big East teams that are in the NCAA tournament who earned that honor, and know Coach Hamilton from not only his days of being a Big East coach, but ACC, and have a lot of respect for him and his program. So but our focus primarily has been on Marquette and Murray State, try to stay in those 2 lanes.
Any further questions for Coach Wojciechowski? Let's go back to Ben.
Murray State's got a couple long-armed defensive guys, Shaq Buchanan. Turnovers have been an issue for you guys off and on this year. What have you been telling the guys to kind of prepare for that defensive attack?
Well, I think we've seen, Murray State can really pressure the ball. And as you mentioned, they have a lot of, especially on the perimeter, very active defenders, and they can turn you over. Buchanan's a heck of a defensive player. Ja Morant gets his hands on a lot of balls. He gets a lot of deflections. Again, we have to be strong with the ball. We have to try to keep it simple offensively and be as fundamentally sound as we possibly can be, because if you turn it over against them, you're probably going to end up on SportsCenter.
One more in the center for Ken. Let's use the left-hand microphone.
Well, when you have an outstanding player like Marcus, and they have Ja, All-American player who can dominate a game, is it a different coaching challenge for you right from the beginning of the year to get your kids to adjust to that, and then not sometimes not maybe be tempted to just kind of stand around and watch and rely on them so much?
Yeah, I think the strength of our team this year has been our team, and certainly Marcus has had an incredible year with incredibly high scoring output. But it's a function of team play. And, I think our guys are wildly supportive of Marcus, and Marcus is supportive of the other guys. So, our offense runs the best when we don't turn it over. And we got to really take care of the ball.
Any further questions for Coach Wojciechowski? Okay, Coach, we want to thank you for joining us here.